Welcome students to the first class of Java programming. So in this lesson we will start by introducing ourselves to the concept of OOP, classes and objects, with respect to Java programming. So as the name suggests, OOP stands for object oriented programming. One structure of programming that we are already familiar with is the programming methodology of structured programming, as in the case followed by C++. The reason why such programming is the structured program is because the program follows a boundary and we write the program within that boundary. That is, our program follows a particular let us say a structure, and the program's memory occupied is also a structured memory. Now what we understand from structured memory is like a memory organized as an array, or you can say stack or queue, where it is a structured memory. And unstructured memory, or rather a bidirectional memory, you can say an example where there is a heap or a tree or a graph or a linked list. Such it is these linked list and trees and graphs are also structured, but they are more than one dimension. More than one dimension in the sense, from one particular node we can travel either to the left, or we can travel up, we can travel right, or we can travel down, as you are familiar with the structure of a tree or a graph. But from an array point of view, we have only one direction, that is either we go from if we are in a stack, we all go from that is one direction, that is we start in the we start in one position, and also we end in one position. And queue also, it is we can say is a one dimension. So object oriented programming is the other opposite of what structured programming is. So as already discussed, C and C++ follows structured programming. So from structured programming basically mean the memory is a structured memory, that is the programs that we write is saved in a structured memory. Even though we can use you can use pointers, C and C++ allow us to get the use of pointers. So you even using the pointers, we can say that